everyone, Xavier here, and yes, X marks the spot. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're reacting to another video from Game Theory called FNAF Security Breach, I Know the Big Twist. I think. So if you guys haven't heard, which, to be honest, you probably already heard since this video was literally 5 months old, Coffin, the creator of FNAF, is making another FNAF game to the PlayStation. And I do believe it might be exclusive to the PlayStation. I'm not sure, I need to look it up more, but the point is, it's making another game. So I've been seeing pictures and leaks and game trailers about this new game and all the hype it's bringing up, and to be honest, I'm kind of excited as well. What started out as a simple indie game became the most multimedia phenomenon. It's because of the FNAF series that I was able to produce merchandise, a bunch of books to tell mini stories, not to mention a movie that's eventually going to come out, and even been parodied by so many videos across YouTube. And so, like any other FNAF fan, I really am excited to see when Security Breach is finally finished and when it's finally get to be playable for all the players to play in their PS5, if I ever get a PS5. And all this wouldn't happen, it wasn't because of that one hateful comment from Scott Cawthon's earliest games from somewhere around 2012, where he says that the characters look more like animatronics from Chuck E. Cheese's. It was because of that comment that Scott Cawthon took that more or less a consideration rather than just let it afflict upon him. In my own opinion, I really am impressed with Scott's work on how much work and effort he put into these games, and especially into the gameplays, to switch it up a bit. And to be honest, it was because of FNAF that I was able to make way for other indie games that had gotten so popular in the fan base, like Bendy and the Ink Machine, Baldi's Basics, and Undertale and stuff like that, you know? Those other indie games, and they became popular and so much in the media. Anyways, enough of this ranting. I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram, and if you guys want it. Anyways, enough of me rambling. If you guys want to watch more of these videos, make sure to get this video at least 10 likes, and I can see what I can do. Also, while you're there, make sure to follow me on my Instagram and subscribe for more videos like this. And also, click the like button, why don't you? With that out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get started. Alright, let's get straight to the video, shall we? Eight? Oh my god, are they actually doing the 8-bit thing? Oh my god. What? Boy, about to get a beating.
Game Theory, the show that's always a bloody good time. Today, we have a few massive announcements before we get to the episode, so please skip to here if you're not interested in them, but I don't think at all more FNAF. FNAF Security Breach got its first trailer out during a PlayStation 5 announcement event, and man, does this new game look incredible.
Gregory.
This game is really high quality for a FNAF game.
At static-filled still image camera feeds, my friends. And before we move on, can I just say how cool it is to see an indie franchise started by one man working at Dollar General rise to the point that it's now getting a spotlight alongside time-honored franchises like Final Fantasy and God of War, and not only getting spotlight alongside them, getting more views than nearly everything else in that show.
That's exactly what I said. I swear. Well done, I swear, FNAF has really come a long way.
Now, based on the trailer,
I gotta tip my hat to Scott Cawthon.
A life or death game of hide and seek against a killer, and it's that killer Vanny that I really want to dive into today. She's teased twice in the trailer, once via a bunny-shaped shadow in the opening sequence, and again as the final jump scare. Now, we've suspected for a while that she's coming via teaser images on Scott's website, merch leaks, Easter eggs, hints.
She seems like more or less they attacked. She does seem like
wanted
the
to look closer at today
antagonist
is her
of the game or
backstory
something.
and her relationship to Glitchtrap. Because even though this game hasn't come out yet, and we honestly don't know when it's coming out, we do already know a ton about this new character. In fact, true to Scott's style of storytelling, we probably won't get that much of a backstory for Vanny in this new game. I don't know if you've noticed this about Scott's games, but important story bits tend to happen around the games rather than in the games. Let me explain with an example. In Sister Location, we end with Baby being a part of Ennard, and if you get the super secret ending, you see that she gets puked up into a sewer. Fast forward to FNAF 6, and they're suddenly two separate entities again, Scrap Baby and Molten Freddy. To 99.9% of the players, you would have no idea how or why that would have happened. And I can't blame them, because the only way you would know that Baby got voted out of the Ennard tribe was via the source code on Scott's website, as well as a separate standalone, just to show that when you're talking about FNAF, the game never really stops. And the thing is, I think Vanny is already getting treated this same way. The information about her, what is now getting her to kill, the big twist reveal about Vanny's true nature has already been laid out for us, if you're paying attention to all parts of the FNAF universe. So if, unlike me, you don't have time to keep track of the 12 games, 9 books, dozens of ports, hundreds of toys, and a moon-faced animatronic and a pizza tree, well, that's why I'm here.
Okay, well, that's
definitely
lots of dedication.
And now we're going to be putting them back together to understand the true backstory.
I'm not sure if I
Vanny,
can
the
do
killer
literally
bunny,
all of
Purple
that,
Guy
to be honest.
2.0 before Security Breach comes out. Recently, the game FNAF Help Wanted got itself a mobile port. Big whoop, right? We've already seen this game 2 other times before, once in VR and again in a flat console port. Don't get me wrong, love this game, probably my favorite game of the franchise, but still, Scott, you ain't get me to buy this for a 3rd time. He totally got me to buy it a 3rd time. So because this is a mobile port, a lot of the game has been stripped away. Gone is the intro sequence, gone are some of the game modes, but most notably gone are the hidden cassette tapes that tell the story of Help Wanted's failed development. Now, if you remember back to a year ago, collecting all 16 of those hidden tapes in the original game inadvertently assembled our latest villain, Glitchtrap, piece by piece. And once fully together, he was able to capture us into the game
2.0.
and presumably escape back
or at this
out
point,
into the
I
real
guess,
world.
or at this point, you can just call him like 4.0, considering the fact
glitching out in both something better. Immediately upon opening up the game, it becomes clear that this mobile port is more broken than FNAF World 1.0.
The game that
textures
shall not
glitching
be
out in
named.
both the main hub and in the various minigames. Now, obviously, these are intentional effects, and by zooming in and tapping on them repeatedly, honestly, I can't say exactly what I did to do it. I just was there a long time pounding away at my screen. The screen eventually fades to black, and suddenly you're presented with everyone's favorite part of the series, an 8-bit minigame with rudimentary gameplay steeped in symbolic lore. Okay, it's actually more like 16-bit at this point, but still. We're told that this game is called Princess Quest, with you playing as a little girl lighting torches to unlock doors and running away from glitching bunny people. Glitching bunnies, you say? After making your way through a ruined castle and cemetery, you eventually unlock a long corridor that leads to a final lantern and, no points if you guessed it, Glitchtrap himself. The screen goes dark and suddenly you're taken back to the game's main hub. Now, this seems fairly self-explanatory, right? It's a reference to Glitchtrap in a game that had to eliminate him due to size constraints. But it's the details here that really matter. Not counting the torches in front of the 6 gravestones, which are very clearly references to the original 5 missing children plus the child who possesses the puppet, there are 16 torches in total for the princess to light. This isn't a coincidence. It perfectly lines up with the 16 cassette tapes that you had to collect in the original Help Wanted in order to release Glitchtrap. In fact, Glitchtrap only appears once the 16th one is lit, further cementing that connection. But where things get really interesting is when you decode what Glitchtrap is saying. As the game ends, there's clearly a dialogue box along the bottom containing weird glitching text, but you'll notice that the patterns aren't random. Some shapes actually repeat themselves. These right here and these right here. It's actually a letter substitution code that spells out everyone's favorite phrase from the game.
I always.
Oh my god. They
and
just,
taking it all one step
of course,
further, we can actually
they just had to
extract the audio
bring
from
that
this moment.
line back.
And do some audio trickery. By doubling the speed and then reversing it, we get this. I always come back, let me out. So in essence, Princess Quest is showing us a recreation of the events from the original Help Wanted. This does a couple of things for us. First, it basically proves 100% that this is, in fact, William Afton's spirit and not some sort of AI or code meant to replicate him. It is him through and through. Dude wasn't lying when he said he always comes back. He's got more lives than Jason Voorhees. He's also got himself a solid understanding of brand consistency. Afton always comes back. Secondly, though, what Princess Quest is doing is confirming for us the origin story of our new killer, Vanessa. In the original game, the fate of Tape Girl was unclear because she sometimes encouraged us to collect the tapes and sometimes didn't. But here we get clarity on the whole story.
The last time it was theorized like she was like hypnotized or something.
Pieces, whatever, and gets taken over by Glitch Trap. This all confirms what we were speculating about before with Vanny in a previous theory from a year ago, that a young woman named Vanessa, Vanny for short, would be taken over by Afton to kill in his name, brainwashed or partially controlled by a spirit living inside of her.
Yes, I hear you.
So Glitch Trap is not some sort of code replicate of William Afton, but rather an actual spirit of William Afton,
website, except
which
here
I'm not sure how was that able to happen, but
stay the course.
It's FNAF.
Focus on my voice.
I will.
Don't let anyone lead you astray.
I won't.
Have you selected one?
I have.
The one that seems to be selected is Gregory from the new game's trailer.
Gregory, be still.
What's so okay? So what is so special about Gregory specifically?
Just a recap
Like
of a lot of
seriously?
information we already knew. Are we just left to speculate about the rest until Security Breach finally comes out? Well,
Yes.
no. You see, in
Oh.
the last year,
Okay,
there's been
never mind.
one final source of information about Vanny, and it's a big one. A game that I've largely ignored up until now, FNAF's augmented reality game, Special Delivery. If you haven't heard about this one, basically the concept is that animatronics get shipped to your home so you'll have yourself some new friends. Because let's be honest, fighting for your life against a malfunctioning robot is probably still better than trying to hold a normal conversation with a living, breathing human being. I think I've been dancing around this one just because the possible canonicity of characters like Shamrock Freddy, Liberty Chica, and Clown Springtrap makes me have a nervous breakdown. But questionable lore implications of flamethrower bear endo aside,
this point-
this game has been seeding us more info over the entire
swear-
last year about the history of Vanny and Glitch Trap, and it requires us
swear
to
it-
do one of the
Alright,
scariest
so-
tasks.
Alright, so I actually tried FNAF VR, and I swear it is so annoying. Just waiting for the loading screen to just end already. To be honest, I stopped playing. With it because I sort of gotten scared because I didn't know when the animatronics will just pop out of nowhere and just jump scare me. It gets really scary, like whenever you're wearing headphones, especially at night, like in the dark. It gets very scary at that point in time. But maybe in the day, maybe not. But and to be honest, I'm starting to think that Scott and them created this game just to mess with us with our brains of the lore, and also I really do love this game on how much absurdity they could just shove in this game, and just have no consequences or complaints about it. I mean, Liberty Chica and a flamethrower endoskeleton, it's so stupid, but I also love it. It's just something about it. I just love it. Thank you, Scott.
Any FNAF game has ever required reading emails. You see, the game will occasionally share you on emails that aren't intended for your eyes. On one side, we have ourselves the story of a company working on behalf of Fazbear Entertainment to disassemble old animatronics and scan their circuit boards into their computer system. And, just like Tape Girl warned us about back in FNAF VR, this causes a virus to spread through the system. Quote from those emails, turns out that wasn't a glitch. We released a virus when we scanned that last circuit board. It's spreading really fast. We're gonna need all hands on deck. New email. Hey Jim, just checking in. I emailed you earlier this week about a virus caused by one of your circuit boards, which is currently spreading throughout our system and causing serious problems. Please contact me ASAP. Thanks, best, Steve. So that is our Glitch Trap origin story. And to me, it's especially interesting because I think it helps explain something that dates all the way back back to FNAF 3. Recently in the series, we've learned that the FNAF games are canon in the games. Now, that's a really confusing sentence, so let me explain.
What?
In both
Yeah,
FNAF
especially
VR
in
and the Fazbear Frights books, it's confirmed that the urban legends about murders happening at Freddy's restaurants are mainstream enough to have gotten some video game spin-offs. Not necessarily the FNAF games that we know, and certainly not FNAF World, since everyone, including Scott, wants to forget that one, but games inspired by the legends of the pizzeria. In FNAF VR, in fact, we're told that they were made by Fazbear Entertainment as a cover-up.
Fazbear Entertainment hired the game developer. Those indie games were designed to conceal and make light of what happened. This isn't just an attempt to rebrand. It's an elaborate cover-up.
If you
Oh my
vape,
god,
you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs.
I swear.
To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs.
And looking back on it, I believe that we've seen those games. I think we've played those games. They're the 8-bit minigames from FNAF 3, Mangle's Quest, BB's Air Adventure, Chica's Party, and Stage 01. Heck, they might even include the Take Cake, Give Gifts, etc. minigames from FNAF 2. Those are the games being referenced in the games. I mean, they even have those sorts of cheesy titles that would come with cheap Atari-style games of that era. And how do we know all of this, and why am I talking about it now? Because of Glitch Trap. It's easy to forget, but the last minigame that you have to play in FNAF 3 features a glitched out bunny hopping, I didn't even mean to put the pun there, hopping between the various minigames. This is the first appearance of Glitch Trap. It's Afton's spirit trapped inside the circuit boards of these retro games looking for an escape. An escape that doesn't actually get realized until he's scanned into a new modern computer system meant to produce
FNAF 3
FNAF
arcade
VR.
games
Now,
have
admittedly,
some
this
sort
is a
of
bit confusing
spirit
when it
of
comes to the timeline. We know
Afton
Freddy
in the
Fazbear's
circuit
Pizza
boards.
was founded in 1983, as we see from the VR coins in Help Wanted.
Obviously.
In FNAF 1, Phone Guy tells us that the animatronics have been around for 20 years. That puts FNAF 1 in 2003, not 1993 like I previously thought. And based on the official description for FNAF 3, Fazbear's Fright and the discovery of Springtrap all happened 30 years after the closure of Freddy's, making that one roughly 2033. Now, we have no idea when and how Afton got a piece of his soul into the circuit boards, probably via his extreme agony at getting spring-locked. But if this company is literally opening animatronic suits sent from Fazbear Entertainment and scanning the boards as implied by the emails, are we assuming that they opened up the Springtrap suit, completely ignored the dead body inside, and scanned it? Just doesn't seem likely to me. Is Fazbear Entertainment rescuing the board after he was burned to death in FNAF 6? It's just odd. This is why I don't like to talk timeline with this series anymore. To me, the simplest solution here is that William Afton's soul is just in multiple places at once, split like a Harry Potter Horcrux.
I'm not sure
only
how,
instead of
but
swords and stars, he's split between suits.
So you just
and
pulled a
circuit
Harry
boards.
Potter
And
and just
one of
uses
those
the circuit
iterations
boards
is
as
Glitch Trap,
Horcruxes.
stuck in the various games codes until he's eventually released. But reminding all the way back to FNAF Special Delivery, there's a separate and related story happening in the secret inbox between Lewis and his fellow employee, Ness. Ness, as in Vanessa. It's Vanny again, my friends. Here we see a series of emails where Ness is acting weird, and Lewis, the IT guy, is honestly acting weirder because he's creeping on Ness. Here's a few highlights from these emails. Hey Ness, it's no big deal, but I wanted to reach out off the radar and remind you about the company policy about personal internet usage. Certain words and phrases trigger red flag reports, so your last order got automatically sent to me. Basically, anything mentioning torture is gonna raise the alarm. If you have any questions about the policy, let me know. We could even get coffee or something and go over all the words to avoid. And now I've raised my own red flag.
Just seems
Good
like
thing
a
I'm
perv
the
or
one
something,
who gets
I
the
don't know.
notification. Smiley, Lewis. Hey Ness, wanted to see if you're doing okay. I appreciate your taking my advice about red flag search terms. If I thought I'd have to file an incident report on you, I think I'd just have to quit instead. I was a little worried. Maybe something is going on with you. One day you're researching flowers and the migration pattern of bees. Fascinating, right? And the The next day,
Okay.
you type in, how far can a human being be cut in half before losing consciousness? I figured maybe you're writing a screenplay or something. Always here if you need me, Lewis. Hey, Ness. So the word compliance by itself isn't gonna set off any red flags, but the sentence, how to induce
Okay, those are
compliance in
many
human
red
subjects
flags.
and how to induce self-compliance did actually get my attention. I think the answer
Okay,
might
that
involve
is
chocolate
multiple
chip
red
cookies.
flags
Always
just
works for
flying
me.
up
I also thought it
above
was strange
her head
that these
right
were
now.
immediately followed by searches that couldn't possibly have any relevant answers for you. Did you search for help by itself? Anyway, my offer still stands if you want to go over the company policy. I'm free any day after work.
She's
We
trying
could
to
grab
free
dinner
from
or
glitch trap, I
coffee
guess.
if you want, Lewis. Oh, Lewis, when you say stuff like that, it makes me
A sad panda.
But HR violations aside, these conversations tell us a lot about Vanny's mental state. She is sharing control of herself with Glitchtrap. That's why we get references to her searching the internet for help. It's part of her psyche crying out for anything, anyone who can save her, anything that'll provide an escape. It's also why it's so important that Lewis calls out the searches
Vanny's
for
origin
inducing
story.
compliance in human subjects and inducing self-compliance. That is Glitchtrap, searching for a way to gain complete control over Vanny, over her psyche. This further confirms something that we talked about in my last theory on Vanny. In that episode, we talked about how she's a reluctant follower, that Afton isn't in complete control. On Scott's Voices.com page, where he tends to hire out actors for the various vocal roles in the game, Vanny's listing was for a character named Reluctant Follower. So this woman is clearly a devotee, brainwashed or controlled by Afton to an extent, but a part of her is actively fighting back, hesitant to do what he asks, which makes me think that in Security Breach, we may be able to save or redeem her. In fact, knowing that may help us out with the gameplay. Maybe it's a secret or a true ending condition. That, my friends, is what I
want to
believe
think
to
that
be
this
the
game,
big
when it
twist that
comes out,
awaits
I
us
want to
in
believe that there
Security
may be
Breach.
multiple endings.
Wait, as I finish this video, of course, new statues just dropped with important lore reveals, so let's just talk about these
Okay.
real fast. With Gregory hiding inside of Freddy, definitely looks like my idea about gameplay being a version of hide and seek is absolutely confirmed, or maybe Gregory is just piloting an 80s era bear-shaped Gundam suit. Either way,
Okay.
I am totally living for it. As for the
Yeah,
other statue that
yeah,
just
Scott-
dropped, looks like Vanny is gonna be taking a page out of the Afton playbook.
Yeah,
the
Scott-
classic security guard by day and serial killer at night.
Okay, yes,
Old
so
habits die
Scott
hard, I
is
guess.
in-
But in
is-
Vanny's
when
case,
Scott
here's my
heard,
question.
like,
Is she gonna remember
like,
it? My
when,
guess is no.
the
It's gonna be
toy
a classic
company,
case of
I
Jekyll
forgot
and
their
Hyde.
name,
But who
Hasbro.
knows? I guess we're just gonna
Yeah,
have to
and
wait
Scott had
and
a lot
see
of
what
problems
it is.
with
I hear that
Hasbro
some big
leaking
things are
these
coming to
toys
this
after the game.
franchise before the end of the year. And I'm not
yeah.
just talking about all that
Yeah,
cool
that
new
Scott
merch
did
we
not
dropped,
like
which,
them
as one last
just
reminder,
doing
is
that to
all
their own
available
property.
right below this video. But hey, that's
Just
just
a
a
theory.
theory.
A game theory.
Thanks for watching.
That's it for today's video, and again, I am really hyped for the Security Breach to eventually come out and see you know, how the gameplay is going, or how we're gonna, you know, play the game and stuff, and maybe eventually get the PS5. But still, I'm really hyped for this game coming out and see if where the game mechanics this time. What I'm really hoping for in this game is that maybe like they could have like maybe like other alternate endings, like you know how like you know, in the other FNAF games there are other endings to the lore, or whenever how you end the game, and whenever you complete 5 nights, it's something like that, but like you know, in 3D and models, because obviously. If you guys didn't hear me, you know, rambling and stuff on what I mean about Hasbro and Scott Cawthon, I do, at least I think it was Hasbro. If you guys didn't know what I was talking about Hasbro and Scott, at least I think it was Hasbro. If you guys didn't know what I was rambling about, I was talking about like a few months back that, for some odd reason, Hasbro decided to leak some pictures about their new merchandise on, you know, the new FNAF characters and of the new FNAF game, even before the game was supposed to launch. The game hasn't been out yet. It's not out yet. We're still waiting on more development and trailers and stuff, but For some reason, Hasbro decided to do the most greediest way and decide to leak pictures of merchandise and stuff to their own, to the new upcoming game for some odd reason. And well, Scott didn't had a nice time, just and Scott, well, he did not have a nice time with Hasbro because concerned the fact that most of the figures were sort of lore bits to what the game is going to be, so that was going to be a problem. At least I think that's how I remembered it. I don't know. I need to look it up more. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you guys want more videos on me reacting to game theory, let's get this video at least 10 likes and I can see what I can do. Also, again, make sure to follow me on my Instagram and leave a like on this video and also subscribe to my channel. With that out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys later.